What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Wes. This is Topshelfers, and I just got done beating Red Dead Redemption, the first one, the remaster, the HD remake, whatever you want to call it. And man, it fucking gets you right in the heartstrings, man. It was quite the experience. So, if this is your first time watching one of my reviews, let me explain how this works. I have 11 categories that I rate video games on, and on a scale of 1 to 10 in each category, and then give it an overall score. Those categories go as follows: it's graphics and visuals, gameplay mechanics, story and narrative, audio and sound design, replay value, difficulty and balance, world design and exploration, performance and technical stability, community and multiplayer if it is applicable, innovation and originality, and then hours versus dollars played. Um, so we're gonna go through these categories. I'll kind of flush out what it means, and then I'll give my score about Red Dead and kind of dig into the game a little bit. There will be spoilers, so just know that going in. I will be talking about the game, its story, its missions, the way it kind of plays on your emotion and the build up, and yeah, we'll go from there. So first and foremost, graphics and visuals, and that's the quality of the game's graphics, including art style, realism, animation quality, and overall visual appeal. Now, keep in mind that this is not a full overhaul of the game, right? They took Red Dead Redemption 1 and they put it in an HD version. And it looks great. The original game was amazing for its time. And the HD boost or the remaster or whatever the hell they call this looks fantastic. It really does. I mean, it's not Unreal Engine 6, or we're not writing home. It doesn't look nearly close to as good as Red Dead Redemption 2. But considering that we're able to play Red Dead Redemption with little to no glitches, it runs well, it felt good. I didn't really, once I got comfortable with the controls, I didn't really feel like it was bogged down. Loading screens in all those games, all those open world games in that time sucked. They're a little bit better than they used to be. Overall, for what you're playing, you're not playing Red Dead for, or the first one, we're not playing it for the beautiful scenery as much as the story. I'm going to go ahead and give that out of 10 a 7. Gameplay mechanics. So this is how smooth and intuitive the controls are, the complexity and depth of gameplay systems, and the overall enjoyment of playing the game. I had a lot of fun playing it. I played Red Dead 1 when I was younger, much younger. I don't think that I ever beat the game because the ending I don't recall. If I did beat it, I wasn't as into it as I was this time around. And there wasn't a point in time where I wasn't really enjoying the game. However, I will say I had this issue when I revisited Fallout New Vegas, and I'm having the same issue in Red Dead Remaster. Is like we remember these open landscapes and how awesome it was to explore, but then when you go back and revisit it, you kind of realize how empty everything is. There's a lot of time where if I'm not fast traveling through loading screens, I'm running from one end of the map to the other end of the map. And in a sense, like, it makes the game more immersive. You kind of feel it. You kind of like, okay, damn, we got to go all the way over there. It's going to take the whole goddamn day to travel there. But when you're playing it and you're not just skipping through with the fast travels, you're like, yeah, okay, there's the same like 5 or 6 random occurrences that can happen. Someone's having their horse stolen, or somebody wants to challenge me to a shoot off. I get why they added it in there so it doesn't feel as empty, but overall, and we'll rate that a little bit later on in world design and exploration. But as far as the gameplay mechanics go, like, they're not they're not the best in the world. There's nothing super in depth. I will say that I played on hardcore as part of this. I stream these games, and we're trying to break the world record for most beaten games, which, it's just kind of having fun with it. But If you can't shoot well, like actually shoot well in this game or just in general in video games, this game would be a disaster for you on hardcore. Because I my aim's pretty good, and I fucking there was a lot of missions I struggled with because the aiming. But overall, I had a blast with this game. I had so much fun with this game that I was playing it off stream just because I wanted to play it. You know, so we're gonna give gameplay mechanics an 8. Story and narrative. This is where this game shines. So story and narrative, the quality of the storyline, character development, dialogue, and how engaging and immersive the overall narrative experience is. This is where Red Dead stands apart from so many of its competition. And especially in the second one too, which we didn't play yet. We will. I've beaten it, but I haven't streamed it. I haven't reviewed it. I want to replay it before I review it. Um, you care about these characters from the McFarlanes all the way to the end with your son and wife. They're that is what makes this game special. You can't help but find interest and sympathy, but friendship and like kind of a hatred towards some of these characters that you're intertwined with, and it reminds you that regardless of where you're at in this world, it is so much smaller than we think it is, and you might interact with person A over here and don't realize it impacts person D over there. Like this is where this game shines. It's fully immersed all the way through. Wanted to know so much more about the characters. The storyline's great, tragic. It's got that beautiful tragedy at the end. You care about John Marston. You agree with his goal. You gotta find fucking Javier Escuela, that piece of shit, and Bill, whatever his last name is. The dialogue's good. The characters stay true to the time. I think this is what allows Red Dead Redemption to be a fantastic game. I'm giving it a 9. Audio and sound design. This is the extent and the quality of the sound effects, music, and voice acting, and how well they contribute to the atmosphere and overall gaming experience. Yeah, I mean, I think that it definitely heightens the game when you're running around and you can hear the animals, you can hear the ambience, you can hear the crickets. The guns sound good, the music's great. When they play a couple songs 3 or 4 times, that the song just fits perfectly with the scene, and the voice acting is on par. I feel like they do everything really well here. I don't know if they do anything that I would consider perfection, but everything is top quality in this category. We're going to give it an 8. Replay value. The extent in which the game encourages replayability through multiple endings, side quests, new game plus, multiplayer modes, or other factors. Red Dead 1 has Undead Nightmare, which is an extension of Red Dead 1. That should give it a 10 immediately, because Undead Nightmare is fun as fuck. But the base one, I always get torn between these open world games if I ever want to replay them or not. The thing with it is, like, do I want to start over and play the game from start to finish again? No, absolutely not. Do I want to go back in the game and do all the side stuff and play more poker and blackjack and whatever the dice game was called? Yeah, I do. So it's tough to say. Like, there's still, I don't know, probably 15 or 20 side missions that I didn't complete, that I can log back in and complete right now. Will I do it? Maybe someday. But as far as going back through and playing it again, no. I beat it on the hardest difficulty you can beat it on. The multiplayer, there is no multiplayer for the first one. There's not multiple endings, I don't think. There might be like different interactions with people. I don't know. Open world games are so long and flushed out that the idea of me going through this game again sounds pretty daunting, and not necessarily, because like the best part about Red Dead is the story and narrative, and now that you know it and you've seen it, I just wouldn't do it. So we're gonna give it a 6.5 for replay value. Difficulty and balance. So how well the game is balanced in terms of challenge, difficulty, progression, and fairness, catered to both casual and hardcore players. Like I was mentioning above, if you don't know how to shoot, don't play hardcore. You're not gonna like it. Rockstar offers a very great option where you can just lock on when you zoom in. It's great for people who just want to play the story. I played hardcore where it's free aim, and I loved the difficulty in this game. I didn't feel like it was overly challenging. I wasn't having to run by medicine like some people online say you have to. I don't think I bought one thing of medicine. I maybe used ones I picked up 2 or 3 times. I used one snake oil, which gives you your dead eye. I was able to manage it just fine, and there was missions that were challenging. I think that they do a really good job at making the game hard when it needs to be because it makes sense to fit in the story, and then easy when it doesn't need to be difficult. I had a lot of fun with the difficulty, and I think they do a great job with it here. I'm going to give it a 8.5. World design and exploration. So the richness and detail of the game world, the diversity of environments, and the scenes or the sense of discovery and exploration offered to the player. Like I was saying earlier, this is such a tough one because even though the world is big and vast and there's so much going on, when you're in the cities, there's also just that dead air of land that I'm just traversing to just to traverse land, and it's tough because there's two trains of thought here, right? One, it makes you feel more immersed because you're doing what would actually have to happen if this was if this was real life, right? If we're really in the Wild West. B, like I get tired of just skipping through, pressing A as fast as I can to fast travel to the next point and do all of that. But like there's still so much cool shit out in the wild that can happen randomly, and all the side missions you have to kind of find them, that it is fun to go explore. And I do like that the from America to Mexico is so diverse in what it looks like environmentally. I really enjoy that aspect. But just the dead land is really tough, but you kind of have to have it in an open world game. I feel like this is just going to get an average 7 here. Oh, shit. Performance and technical stability. So how well the game runs technically, including factors such as frame rate, loading times, optimization across different platforms, and the absence of bugs and glitches. There was bugs and glitches. It's a Rockstar game. I mean, it's going to happen. Um, Frame rate was fine. Loading times. I mean, there was a lot of loading screens. Not as much as like early Skyrim or this game when it originally came out, but there's still a lot of loading screens. I felt like of the 25 hours I played, probably 2 hours of it was loading screen, and that's quite a bit when you really think about it. um, Maybe not that much, but still, it was noticeable. Uh, Everything runs good. Like I didn't really have any complaints, just your typical little glitches here and there, and there was a couple where I was like, okay, well, I guess we'll restart the mission. So not the best, but not the worst. We're gonna give it a 6.5. Community and multiplayer. There's no multiplayer for this game, so we'll skip it. Innovation, originality, the extent in which the game introduces fresh ideas, innovative gameplay mechanics, or unique twists on existing genres, contributing to its overall creativity and distinctiveness. Listen, it's probably the best Western game to ever be made. So if you want to give it points there, that's fine. But it is just a carbon copy, like mechanically and idea wise and gameplay mechanic wise, as a Vice City or a San Andreas, just in the West. So they really didn't change anything there except we're on horses, you know, we're we're shooting revolvers, like it's the same thing. There wasn't anything that I was like, yeah, this is groundbreaking. Even when I played it originally, I'm like, oh yeah, I could play this game because I've played Vice City. I've played San Andreas. I can hop into Red Dead and know exactly how to play. So nothing there. But as far as fresh ideas, I mean, it really does tell a beautiful story. So I'm not gonna knock it too hard. It's gonna get a 6. And then hours versus dollars. Did the game produce an hour of gameplay for every dollar spent on the game? I think the game was $39.99. I played 25-ish hours, but that's not including I didn't finish all the side quests. I think it's valuable, our value. So we'll give it a 9 there. And let me break out the little handy dandy calculator and get our score here for Red Dead Redemption 1, 7, 8, 9, 8, 6.5, 8.5, 7, 6.5, 6, 9, leaving that at a 7.55 out of 10. for Red Dead Redemption Remastered. Let me know what you guys think. I think this is a pretty fair score for what it is. I will, spoiler alert, Red Dead Redemption 2 will get much higher scores than this does. But if you haven't played the first one, this remaster, HD, whatever you want to call it, will get you through the story and highlight the amazing parts of the game while still running good and feeling fun. It is worth the time and the money. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your time. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.